In the expansive world of The Big Bang Theory and its prequel Young Sheldon, fans have come to cherish the quirky, brilliant, and often painfully relatable Swanson siblings. While Sheldon Cooper's life has always taken center stage, his older twin sister Missy and his older brother Georgie have both enjoyed their own arcs of growth. But it's Paige Swanson, the misunderstood child prodigy portrayed by Mckenna Grace, who has left a surprisingly lasting impression, even with her limited screen time. Now, as young Sheldon officially bows out after 7 seasons, Mckenna Grace is reflecting on her time on the show and sharing her dream casting choice for an adult Paige, someone she hopes might one day bring Paige's untold story to life. And her pick, none other than Oscar-winning actress Brie Larson. The Paige Effect. Introduced in Season 2 of Young Sheldon, Paige Swanson was instantly compelling. Another child genius like Sheldon, she mirrored his intelligence but with a softer, more emotionally complex demeanor. Mckenna Grace, who joined the show in her early teens, brought depth and vulnerability to the role, offering viewers a glimpse of how brilliance can sometimes come with deep emotional costs, especially when a child doesn't have the right support system. Paige's trajectory was markedly different from Sheldon's. Where Sheldon had the unwavering support of his family no matter how odd he was, Paige seemed to fall through the cracks. Her parents divorced, her emotional struggles intensified, and her genius began to feel more like a burden than a gift. She became, in many ways, a warning of what Sheldon might have become under different circumstances. While fans clamored for more of her story, Paige was only featured in a handful of episodes, enough to make her a fan favorite, but not enough to offer closure. And that's precisely what Mckenna Grace wants to change. Mckenna's dream casting. In a recent interview with Entertainment Weekly, Mckenna Grace, now 19 and an accomplished actress in her own right, was asked about her hopes for Paige's future. "I always thought there was more to tell with Paige," she said. "People saw her spiral, but not her redemption. I would love to see an adult version of her, like how they showed grown-up Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. And if I could pick anyone to play her, honestly, Brie Larson." The choice might seem unexpected at first glance, but Grace explains her reasoning with enthusiasm. "Brie has that perfect combination of strength and vulnerability. I've watched her in everything from Room to Captain Marvel, and she just gets those emotionally complicated characters," Grace said. "Paige is brilliant, but she's also deeply hurt. She's trying to find herself, and I think Brie could show that internal conflict in a really powerful way." The Larson connection. Mckenna Grace and Brie Larson actually share more than a few commonalities. Both were child actors, both are known for playing emotionally resonant roles, and both have taken on characters that challenge the status quo of young women in Hollywood. In fact, Grace portrayed a younger version of Larson's character Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel, 2019. A role that required the young actress to study Larson's mannerisms and emotional depth closely. "That experience stayed with me," Grace admitted. "Watching Brie on set, the way she carries herself, the way she thinks about a character, it was inspiring. She's so thoughtful, and I always thought if there was ever an older Paige, Brie would be perfect." Fan buzz and speculation. Naturally, Grace's casting wish has sent ripples through the Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory fandoms. Social media lit up within hours of the interview's release, with fans sharing fancasts, mock posters, and spec script ideas for a Paige-centered spin-off. On X, formerly Twitter, one fan wrote, "Brie Larson as grown-up Paige in a redemption arc series? Yes please. Mckenna Grace is a genius for suggesting this." Another fan posted an AI-generated poster titled, "Swanson, a Brilliant Mind," featuring Brie Larson with the tagline, "Not all prodigies follow the same path." Some fans even started a petition to pitch a Young Sheldon spin-off focused on Paige's adult life, perhaps showing her overcoming past trauma, returning to academia, or mentoring other gifted children in a way she never was. A future for Paige. While there's no official word from Chuck Lorre or CBS about any Young Sheldon spin-offs beyond the upcoming Georgie and Mandy-centered show, the universe is far from closed. With The Big Bang Theory being one of the most successful sitcoms in history, the appetite for more stories from its world is always present. If Mckenna Grace has her way, we haven't seen the last of Paige Swanson. "There's something poetic about Paige's story," Grace reflected. "She was just as smart as Sheldon, but didn't get the same support, and yet, I don't think that's the end of her journey. I'd love to see her rise again, and I think Brie could absolutely do that justice." Why it matters. Paige's story resonated with so many viewers because it wasn't tidy or triumphant. It was messy, real, and unfinished. She represented the gifted children who didn't get the sitcom perfect ending. Bringing her back as an adult wouldn't just give closure, it would offer a new kind of story. One about resilience, healing, and rediscovering your brilliance when the world has written you off. Brie Larson, known for her emotionally honest performances and ability to carry both indie dramas and blockbuster films, seems uniquely suited for that kind of narrative. And with the support of someone as talented and thoughtful as Mckenna Grace behind the idea, perhaps Paige Swanson's next chapter isn't such a long shot after all. Final thought. Whether it's a future miniseries, a guest appearance in a spin-off, or just a fan-made dream, the idea of Brie Larson as an adult Paige Swanson is one that excites both fans and creatives alike. As Mckenna Grace continues to grow her own career, she remains deeply connected to the characters she's portrayed, and the story's still waiting to be told. As Paige herself might say, brilliance isn't just in what you know, it's in how you choose to rise when no one's watching. Let me know if you'd like this formatted for a blog or turned into a social media post too.